Bill Gates just came out with a shocking prediction that he says will come true after the 2022 midterms. My name is Tom. I'm reporting here with the Daily Beltway. If it's your first time here, please go ahead and click the subscribe button down below and the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the breaking news. Yes, Bill Gates, that guy right there. He's sitting in front of the Capitol, and he just made a prediction that there will be a civil war coming in America at the end of the 2022 elections. We're going to go ahead and jump into the article reporting today with Insider that Bill Gates says political polarization may bring it all to an end and could even lead to a civil war. There's a couple notes I have on it. Bill Gates is sounding the alarm on political polarization in the U.S., and you guys can see the other ones. Bill Gates usually focuses on issues like poverty, infectious diseases through his charitable foundation, but another problem on his mind is the polarization of U.S. politics. He stated, "I admit that political polarization may bring it all to an end, and we're going to have a hung election and a civil war." He recently said this in the keynote conversation at this year's Forbes 400 Summit on Philanthropy. "I have no expertise in that. I'm not going to divert my money to that because I wouldn't know how to spend it." Meaning that he actually wants to put some cash in there either to have it happen or to have it not happen. He left that one pretty open to speculation. I can talk today, I promise. Political polarization, he says, goes hand in hand with another issue, the spread of misinformation. Don't forget that he's also good friends with Zuckerberg over at Facebook, and they hired some pretty radical people to fact check every news article that came out. Bill Gates continued to state that the polarization and lack of trust is a problem. He continued to Forbes. One of the best-selling books last year was a book by Robert Kennedy saying that I'd like to make money and kill millions of people with vaccines. It's wild that that sells well. If you know, you know. Over the years, Gates and his ex-wife Melinda French Gates have donated billions to vaccine research, development, and delivery through their foundation. Gates has been the subject of conspiracy theories that claim he puts microchips in the vaccines to track people. Earlier this month, Gates said people have yelled such accusations at him on the street. I'm sure people have. Anybody who holds those ideals is pretty vocal about sharing it with everybody. Not saying they're wrong, but it's just kind of like when you have dinner with a vegan, it takes about 30 seconds to hear that they're in fact a vegan. Everybody who has a vegan friend knows this. People seek solutions that the truth is kind of boring sometimes. Anybody who's got good innovations on reducing polarization, getting the truth to be as interesting as the crazy stuff, that would be well worth investing in. Gates also said that to Forbes. Gates' summer reading list for this year, which he announced in June, includes Why We're Polarized by Ezra Klein. I'm generally optimistic about the future, but one thing that dampens my outlook is a bit is the increasing polarization in America, especially when it comes to politics. Gates wrote at the time in a blog post about his book picks. Also, during the Forbes keynote conversation, Gates said that he and his ex-wife Melinda Gates hope to keep their charitable foundation for running for 25 more years to focus on tracking infectious diseases. Bill Gates has been one of those guys. It's a love or hate type thing with most Americans, but it's pretty interesting that he's buying up all this farmland around the United States and the world, just like the Chinese government is doing as well, except the Chinese government is spending money buying land around our U.S. military bases. But on the side note, Gates is buying all this land, and those lands are remaining fallow, meaning that there's no farming going on those lands. But why is he buying all that property? Is it another prediction of his, that the world's going to come to a possible, food shortage or things like that, where Gates is investing a ton of money into some critical infrastructure versus spending money inside of Microsoft and other tech companies that he has massive stakes in? It's also pretty terrifying that that guy over there is saying we're going to have a civil war in America. I wonder how many people he's telling that to in politics, and that's helping them judge and guide their courses to make decisions that may not work out well for the American people. I mean, you're starting to see a lot of assault weapon bans come forth, a lot of gun control bills. A lot of those are being pushed with money by Bill Gates, as well as, the Rockefellers and a few of the other bigger, crazier conspiracy guys that are actually pushing agendas across the United States. Again, it's scary to see what this guy's doing. We hope that Mr. Gates cuts it and stops being, stops working against the American people. He made his billions and trillions of dollars here. Why is he working so hard against us? Again, my name's Tom. Have a great day.